Gacha communities used to be all about characters, visuals and flexing builds, but now it feels more like a civil war between the big four gacha games as Genshin, Star Rail, Zenless and WoWa. As we know, the drama never really ends, and just when the things couldn't get any worse, a new game popped into the space. Neverness to Everness, known as NTE, is a free-to-play open-world gacha game developed by Hora Studio, same developers as of Tower of Fantasy. NTE offers no 50-50 on character banners, great visuals and a lot of interesting features which cannot be used in a lot of other gacha games. There is races, deliveries, apartments and vehicle customization and many more, but that it's not the only thing which NTE offered to its player base on release. There was one thing which made most of the community go mad, and it was AI controversy surrounding it. But we will continue with that a bit later. Every major gacha game has its own identity and has its own fandom. And those fandoms, they don't just play the games, they're trying to make their game look superior. Look at our big four for example. Genshin Impact still dominates the open world gacha, Honkai Star Rail owns the turn-based gacha space, Zenless Zone Zero brings great fast-paced combat, and Wuthering Waves comes in swinging with stunning visuals. But does it matter? No, because however we look at these games, there's gonna be constant comparison between them, and we all know how it goes all the time. A new character drops, suddenly it's a power creep, or they look like something I know. A new mechanic drops, it's just a copy of another game, or can't they be unique? And every patch, it's either peak content or the game is dying with absolutely no in between. And this cycle repeats every single update across every single game. So when a new title enters the scene, it doesn't get a warm welcome. Instead, in the middle of all this competition, every new release is basically stepping into the hell. When Neverness to Everness released, it didn't just join the genre, it joined the cycle of gacha space where it got instantly compared to everything else. Some players it calls gacha GTA, others says it's WoWa and Genshin child, there is few posts where it's called a ZZ and Genshin copy, and some of it goes all out with the AI gacha. And you would ask why, what's happening, why the AI gacha, is there something I don't know? Well, here's the thing. Across the communities, players began pointing out that they believe were AI assisted elements in certain in-game assets, especially environmental visuals like billboards and background textures. And this quickly sparked a wave of discussion online, not just about NTE, but about something bigger. And that bigger was the line between AI assisted development and traditional art. Some players argued with what just modern development tools being used efficiently, others felt it raised concerns about transparency and artistic integrity. And once that debate started, it spread everywhere. Videos, pictures, posts on every single social media website, and there was no stop in sight. As the discussion intensified, some content creators began distancing themselves from the game due to concerns around trust and communication from developers. Whenever you agree or disagree with this reaction, one thing is clear: the controversy wasn't staying inside the forums anymore. Things escalated so quickly that it was going mainstream. And that's the one reason the gacha community split into different sides on NTE. One side stood with "I can't support a game that uses AI for development", the other side stated it doesn't matter as long as the final game is good, and in between of them, there was a quieter group of people who aren't here to argue. They are people who just wants to enjoy the game without getting dragged into another conflict. But in gacha communities, staying neutral is really that simple, right? And the most times it doesn't really last long. And while we talk about lasting long, there is a quite crazy news I saw on Twitter a day ago, that Neverness to Everness made an apology and they're fixing their problem considering AI. I would say I'm happy about how fast they started making changes on this situation, but I feel like people will have different reactions and opposite opinions, and it will be negative like, "It's too late, you should have done that before release, if it's a placeholder just don't put anything instead." But let's be fair, it's few options why they did that. Either they didn't want to leave the game with empty spaces and empty environment before they got commissioned artists, or they're just experimenting with additional tools which could make the game development easier and faster so they could focus on different stuff. Though personally, I don't like the idea of companies using AI in the ways to replace or diminish the value of human creativity, because behind every game there is an artist, writers, designers and developers putting real effort into building those games. But at the same time, I also don't want to jump into conclusion that the entire game is built without human input or care, because that's rarely how the game development works, right? And knowing that with the post they made, at least they are taking actions on this entire situation right now, which is already pretty nice to know. But for now, I think the best thing to do is simply observe, play the game for what it is, enjoy it if you do play it, and stay aware of the future situation which might happen. Because whenever we notice it or not, AI is probably going to become a bigger part of how games are made, and not always in the ways we can clearly see. It might be hidden in the writing tools, animation cleanup, world building, or a small part of development we never really think about when we're just playing. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's your choice, your decision, what games are worth playing. Developers can put all the effort in the world into their project, but as a consumers, we choose what we enjoy and what we support. I think that's gonna be all for today. I hope you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more stuff like that. It might be rare, but it might happen from time to time. And I hope the game developers will try their best to listen to their community and make their games great gaming spaces. That was me, Remy. I'm taking my leave here. I'll catch you guys in the next video, so you guys take care and peace out.